We're hoping so, Tristan. I really am holding thumbs. Still, she hasn't stopped walking. She's still walking along this little path or road, heading hopefully straight to the den site. So both Sebastian and I are holding our breaths, waiting anxiously to see if she takes us to young cubs. This is all very, very exciting. Aegis, you asked how old would the cubs be at this point. I would guess somewhere around 3 weeks, I think, but I don't know. I have no idea when they were potentially born, but I think somewhere around 3 weeks to a month, perhaps. So still very young. Very, very, very young. Still very, very overcast this morning, nice and cool. It's not too warm at all. Jake, you asked if there are any birds around us. Yeah, there have been. I actually just saw a southern white-crowned shrike. Unfortunately, we didn't get it on camera, so I can't put it on the list. But there are a number of birds calling. There's some Cape turtle doves. We need to look for some more doves. I don't think I've seen the laughing dove. We need to put that on the list. So apparently our list is on 53 at the moment. I was very excited when we reached 50 yesterday. And like I said, we've definitely seen more birds than that, but the problem is getting them on camera is not easy. Now this lioness would also probably be a bit cautious approaching the den. Doesn't want to get or attract too much attention, so she'll be very cautious, very careful. Like I said, I think we just need to be patient and follow her carefully and now, Campy and Dee's mom, good morning. You wanted to know why these lions have black markings on their ears or black tips on their ears. So the two main reasons. The one is that if you have a look, watch her walking away from us now. If you just look at the lioness like that, look what you can see very clearly. That stands out in the brown grass. You can see that black tip of the tail, and you can see the black tips of the ears. So that is an easy way for the lions to see one another in the long grass when they're potentially hunting. So that's the one theory behind it. The other one that we know is agnostic behavior. Now that is aggressive behavior. It's known as aggressive behavior. And when this lioness is aggressive, if I had to get too close to her, what they do is they pin their ears down, but they pin their ears down in a forward direction. And what that does is that then shows those black markings very clearly, and she'll growl and snarl, and it's a sign of aggression. So that's what that is also known as, or known for. Oh, brown-headed parrots. There they go. Seb, brown-headed parrots. I just heard them. There they go, two of them. Well done, Seb. Well done. Now, we were speaking about the brown-headed parrots or parrots in general and what we see around here. And I said yesterday, we do get brown-headed parrots. They're here all year round. So hopefully we'll get to see them. And there they go. I just heard them calling as they flew over. See, it helps to know the bird calls, because then you can often find the birds. Now, hang on, let's see where this lioness is going now. She's heading off the road. I just want to listen, just to hear if she contact calls at all. No, nothing yet. Alright, we're going to turn off here too. Now, it looks as though she's heading towards a drainage line. Now, that is often a perfect spot for lions to hide cubs, in a thick drainage in an area not easily accessible. Now it sounds like Tristan is also in for a treat. One of the males is heading towards a waterhole and is probably going to go and drink. That'll be great to see. I'm going to follow this lioness, see where she goes, and let's head to Tristan quickly and see if that lion goes to drink. Look at this, everyone. Oh my word, I'm actually shaking. I am so excited.
Me too.
Hey Seb, look at that little cub that we've just found. This lioness has been kind enough to allow us to follow her back to the den. I can see we've seen 3 cubs, everyone. 3 beautiful little cubs for the first time. Isn't this amazing? Happy birthday, Megan.
Yeah.
Now, I've positioned, I've been hiding them in a drainage line. Now these cubs, you can see they are still young, but their eyes are open, they're moving around. So I think my estimate of about a month old is probably accurate. Look at that. And they're busy calling, they're calling. Oh, they are still so young. Oh my word, everyone, this is just amazing. It's a bit tricky. Like I said, I've tried to keep our distance. I don't want to get too close. I don't want the lioness to feel threatened in any way. And again, remember I said this is very important for us to potentially have better views of these cubs at a later stage. How amazing is this? And what a privilege to be able to view them. Now, the lioness is, I will try to remove again if once these cubs settle down. But they're heading to, this lioness is lying.
Oh, she's got one, but it's so cute. If we could be a little bit more to the left.
Let's just hold on. There we go. You can see she's lying just under that guari tree for now. Now it is a difficult view, everyone, but like I said, I don't want to move around too much just yet. And first allow them to get used to the sound of our voices and the smells. It's all new for them. So we do have to be sensitive. But I will reposition. I can move a little bit to the left, and I will shortly, let me try, Seb. Hang on a second. I'm just going to try and move a little bit off to the left. Yeah. Isn't this amazing? Oh, this is really, really great. Even, Seb, if I go a little bit further back, maybe. Just off to the side. That should be okay, huh? Let's have a look. Yeah, she's still relaxed, she's still fine. And we'll be able to see these little bundles of joy, I suppose. Now, Ed, you say these little cubs look really healthy. They do indeed. They do. Oh, there we go. Look. Oh my word. This is amazing. I mean, you know what? We can't describe this. It's just watch and enjoy. All three cubs. Look at that. Well, everyone, you know, it's been an interesting few days. We've seen 2 buffalo carcasses. The lions have been feeding on the buffalo. It's not always easy to see lions feeding on carcasses. We found those lions on that buffalo carcass, but it's provided a lot of food for the lions, which is great. A lot of food for this lioness, and as a result, she's been able to come back and forth from this den. It's not too far from here, the kill, and been able to feed the cubs. So that's a cycle in nature. So everything happens for a reason out here. Well, everyone, this is a first for all of us. Mr. P, all the way in Canada, you asked, what age do they start getting their vision? I think it's around 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. I think their eyes start opening properly, and they can see. If I'm not mistaken, I stand to correction, Mr. P, but I think it's round about there, about 3 weeks or so. That's what I say. I think these cubs are about 3 weeks to a month old. Oh. Better not squash the little cubs. But look how careful she is around them. Oh. And a lot of you saying I must feel so honoured, myself and Sebastian, not just me, but myself and Sebastian feel so honoured to be in this sighting, and definitely. Hey, Sebastian.
Of course.
I mean, this is really, really very special.
What a Sunday treat, huh?
Yeah, this is an amazing treat, and this is not something you get to see very often. To be the first one to come into a den site, to see the cubs for the first time, and you can see they seem very happy, they're playful. Oh, there we go. They're probably going to start suckling. Anna Marie, you say you love how fluffy they are. They are little balls of fluff at the moment. Oh, this is so special. But yeah, all 3 of these cubs look very healthy. Right, there we go. Looks like they've all managed to get a position to suckle. Sure. This is really, I mean, how else can you describe it? I mean, you know, there's yeah, maybe let's try to do a one-word tweet. You know, I don't think it's fair to try get one word to describe this, but maybe we can add a lot of your words together. So send us a one-word tweet of how this is making you feel, or what you think about this particular sighting. Hashtag Safari Live. Send us your comments. We really have had a great 2 days. Lions, leopard, elephant, buffalo.
Your eagle owl.
The giant eagle owl. There's been so much happening. Oh, shame, she's moving. Where's she going? You can see the little cubs are getting upset. Why did Mom move? And again, you see, this is all part of, I mean, they are tiny. Look how small those little cubs are compared to that lioness. They look almost like they're just bigger than her paws. There we go. We should get a nice view from this side now, if she allows him to go back and suckle. Some hungry little cubs. Now, what I would suggest to everyone, and I'm going to probably chat to Tristan about this, he knows the guides in the area a bit better, but I would suggest a situation like this, we can potentially open this den site to be viewed by vehicles. However, I would suggest one vehicle per game drive, and only if they follow the lioness to the den. These cubs are still far too young for vehicles to come in here by themselves. So if they follow the lioness and she brings them to the den, then I think that would be okay. And maybe one vehicle per game drive, so there's not a lot of movement around. And so what I say per game drive, I mean so per either sunrise safari or sunset safari, one vehicle. So if people do decide to come, they need to be patient. They can't move around here too much. Don't want to just. You need to be sensitive in a situation like this. So that's what I think. But I'll chat to Tristan and see what they say. R. Lara Moore, one word tweets. You say treasure. Doesn't look like this lioness is very comfortable. She keeps moving. Tess, you say devotion. That's your one-word tweet. So treasure, devotion. Andrea, you say yours is blessed. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, Barbara, you say hopeful. That's a nice one too. Look at these little cubs. The grass is so long for them. Oh, she's moving again. Hold on a second. She lay down now. Oh, sorry, saved my hat. So I'm just trying to see. This little magic worry tree is just in the wrong position. It's in front of us, but I don't want to park the vehicle over it, because that I think is just too much movement for these, not just for the cubs, but for the lioness too. Don't want to feel uncomfortable. Oh, look at that. Sebastian, can you think of one word to describe this?
Legacy.
Sebastian says legacy. I think that's a great one too. Lovely one, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Legacy for the...
What's that?
Megan says she thinks that wins so far, legacy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Seb, I'm just going to try slightly. I'm just move back a little bit again, I think. Alright, now I'm just going to try and reposition the nose down here, but while I do that, let's head back to Tristan and see how he feels about these new additions to the... See, this lioness, she's not very comfortable, not with us, she's just so full. So she hasn't been lying down for a long time, then she changes position, and now she got up and is moving a little bit. They're moving around, these cubs. Look at that, they're calling. Listen to that. Oh my word. Let's see if she picks one up. Oh, hold on, let's watch. They've decided to move a little bit closer to us. They feel like they can explore now with the female around. It's amazing how trusting these little cubs are. As long as the mother is close by, not a fear in the world. It's moving back to the same position again. It's nice of her to be out in the open. Look at them moving through the long grass. Sorry, I'm trying to stay out the shot here. Now the cubs want to suckle, but the female, she's still panting heavily because she's so full. Isn't that a beautiful picture? Look, watch. She might pick one up. Have a look. Watch. Looks like she wants to move on. Come on. I don't want to be picked up. No, they just want to suckle. They want food. They want breakfast, like this Megan said. And again, just such a treat to be the only ones here to see this for the first time. Now I know a lot of you can probably hear these little sounds, these squeals or squeaks that these lion cubs can make. Look at that. Oh, that is amazing. Oh.
What's your one word to it, Byron?
I'm trying to think, you know, Sebastian. Sebastian asked what my one word would be to describe this. I think I'd go with, let me think about that a little bit. Precious. I think this is precious. Ginga, you asked how long after, or how long until she decides to move the den. Well, I'm trying to think. I've seen lions at about 3 weeks potentially move the den, not too far, but move the cubs to a new den site, and then at about 2 months, roughly 2 months, probably introduce them to the pride if there is a kill nearby. I wonder where she's going. Unless she's just showing them a little bit of the terrain around here. Rebecca, you asked at what age will we be able to tell the gender of the cubs? I think also around 2.5 months, Rebecca. You'll probably be able to see if you look carefully. I think you would be able to then see. I'm just trying to think. I saw lion cubs, young lion cubs, in the Kalahari. When was it? Was it the beginning of the year or last year? Last year. And they were about 2 months old, and the one lioness went and fetched them and took them to a kill. They were between 2 and 3 months old. There was slightly different sizes. 2 litters actually. 2 females gave birth, 2 and 3 month old cubs, and the first time they were then brought to the kill, we got to see them. But and yeah, I think we could just tell, but it's difficult. You need to look very, very carefully. You can hardly see these little ones in this long grass. No, where's the female going? I'm just trying to think now, because I wonder if this is where she gave birth to the cubs, or if she had moved the den. Is this not the first place or first time she's moved the den, was into this area? I don't know. I can't remember. All I remember is someone saw one cub. I can't remember if it was Taylor or Tristan saw a cub, or someone else saw a cub and told them.
Yeah.
Did someone else see a cub and tell them? Okay. Someone else saw a cub apparently, but I don't know, was this lioness perhaps moving the cubs and moved them this side? Or was she just maybe, or if they were in the area and they followed her and saw the cub? Now, I'm going to try to get one more view of this female from the other side, just see where she goes with these little cubs. Let's head back to Tristan, who is now viewing some more scavengers. Now the lioness has moved those little cubs just into the drainage line. She's decided she's had enough of them for now. She's just moved off a little bit and laid down. But what a special sighting. So they're now hiding in a thick little, or dense thicket rather. And it's amazing, they'll know to stay there. They will stay there, and they will not They will not move until she returns again. Now fortunately this drainage line is on Djuma. It's and I will show Tristan and them a little bit later where it is exactly, just so they also know. Although Tristan's leaving today, and then Djuma is left to me. So I might keep this a secret for a while. Or I suppose not just me. There will be myself, Megan, Innocentia, Sebastian, and Senzo. Just the 5 of us here. But I do think what we're going to do now is I'm going to leave this lioness. And again, just from a sensitivity point of view, we've had a wonderful view. She showed us her cubs. They're now back in that drainage line hiding. And I don't want to hang around too much longer and cause her to feel threatened in any way. She's completely comfortable, but we just need to be sensitive. Alright, that was just so special. Amazing. We're going to leave her, so I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did, and Sebastian of course. And let's head back to Tristan. I'm going to make my way out of here, and let's see if Tristan is going to stick with the lions or move on and where he's going to go.